Just wanted to stop by, see what's going on. I'm probably going to go live again tonight, do some gameplay, do some game streaming. Um, Most likely going to be Dead Island 2 because I want to beat that. I want to beat Dead Island 2. And then I have to figure out what game to stream next. I don't have any new games I'm really interested in buying right now. All the games I want aren't out yet, so probably won't be getting a new game for quite a while. See if anybody joins. Hi, Smudge. How's everybody doing? I'm thinking of possibly doing another gaming live stream tonight. I think no one joined. Hello, Paulius, how are you? Yeah, I'm thinking of going live tonight, doing a gameplay stream. I streamed Dead Island 2 last night. No one happened to watch, which is fine. So tonight I am going to stream Dead Island 2 again. I don't know how long the stream's gonna last. Lately I've been streaming Dead Island 2. I'd like to get that beaten live on a stream. That would be cool. That's the only game I've been streaming right now because I'm really putting the grind into Dead Island 2. Pokemon Go on the phone. I don't know if you can you live stream Pokemon Go? I don't know if you can. How's everybody doing today? How do you do that? I mean, I don't mind walking. I love going for walks. I don't know how to live stream Pokemon Go though from my phone. No, this is just a chat stream for now. I'll look it up on YouTube or Google how to live stream Pokemon Go. And maybe I'll do that. I mean, I like going for walks, so I wouldn't mind walking around live streaming. Doing Pokemon Go. I don't know how the connection will be walking around my town. That'll be a whole nother test to see if it stays connected to the live stream when I'm walking around where I live doing Pokemon Go, but I wouldn't mind trying it. And also, as I said in the beginning, before I had viewers, before you guys joined, there's really no games coming out anytime soon that I'm interested in. So if people are wondering why I've only been streaming Dead Island 2, it's because that's that's the game I have to stream right now. I don't have any other games to stream. Uh, there are some games coming out, obviously, that I would like to get. Uh, yeah, I think if I walked around the village, the connection might be bad, but I can try it. I don't know how the internet would be. Um, but I want to get the Gex trilogy when that comes out, and I'll live stream that. Also, there's this. I want to get Ready or Not when that comes out for PS5. I would love to stream Ready or Not. That's gonna be. I've watched gameplay for that, and that looks really cool. So let me see when the release date for that is. Um, this summer. So Ready or Not is coming out this summer for the PS5. Ready or Not is a SWAT game. You play as a SWAT team. It's a strategic SWAT game, and that's coming out on the PS5 and Xbox. It's coming out on Xbox Series X and S and PS5, and it's a SWAT game where you play as a SWAT team, and I'm really excited for that to come out. I think that's going to be a really fun game to stream. And obviously, everybody's waiting for GTA 6. I mean, everybody knows that. Um, as soon as that's, yeah, there's like different scenarios. Each level's a different scenario. Um, let me see if I can pull up the. Um, uh, so here's what I got right here. Ready or Not on the PS5 is a tactical first-person shooter where players lead a SWAT team, as I said, in high-risk missions. So you're the leader of a SWAT team, and it's a first-person shooter. I already knew that. I should have said that. I'm sorry. It's a first-person shooter where you are the leader of a SWAT team, and that looks. I watched some gameplay. There's gameplay out for because it's on. Uh, it's a PC game right now, so you can watch gameplay of it, and I'm really excited for that to come out. Uh, who makes the game? Let me see. Void Interactive, it says. Void Interactive is making it. And I'm really excited for that. And as everyone in the whole world, uh, GTA 6, when that comes out, I'm going to be streaming that. But who isn't going to be streaming that? Everyone's going to be streaming GTA 6. And I want to get the Gex remaster that's coming out. I want to get that as well. The Gex trilogy remaster that's coming out. I'd like to be able to pre-order the Gex trilogy. Uh, yeah, it keeps getting pushed back, and I get it. I still want to buy it when it comes out. Um, I have what time? Usually around 9 or 10 o'clock until my back can't take it anymore. Laying there. So anywhere 9, 10 o'clock is when I stream. Um, until, as I said, until my back can't take it anymore, and I have to stop streaming because I have a bad back. I have back problems, um, and it's been acting up really bad lately. Guys, the channel's at 191 subscribers. We're almost at 200 subscribers. So close. And I, I live in New York. No, I'm mostly concentrating on Transplant Gamer. That's my main um, concern right now is the YouTube channel. I've been working my butt off on this channel for years, and I'm really just zeroing in and concentrating on Transplant Gamer. I have a TikTok, but I don't live stream on that. I just basically promote the YouTube channel on the TikTok. It's Transplant Gamer on TikTok, and I just post stuff about, I'm going live and I'll post that on TikTok, or if I posted a new video, I'll post on TikTok that a new video has been posted, but I don't have any followers on TikTok, and the amount of views that my posts do get, they get a good amount of views. But I don't think anybody from TikTok is coming over to YouTube to check out the channel. I've noticed. I don't know if promoting my channel on TikTok is really doing anything. Hey Mary, how are you? Retro Jank, good to see you. Green Zebra. So yeah, I don't think me promoting the channel on TikTok's really doing anything. Um, ow, ow. Sorry, as I said, my back's been acting up. So I can show you guys. I'm not showing off or anything. So we are at 191 subscribers, and we are at 7.5K views. So no one's really subscribing. I 7.5K views, but 191 subscribers. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm. I like. So I talked to a friend about this, and thank you, Retro Jank, for trying to check out the live stream. Um, I don't want to fall into the category of other not that there's anything wrong with it, but I do want to try to be. I just want to be me. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to do all these fancy edits and um, I don't want to do these fancy edits, and I want to be me. I don't want to be fake. And um, and thank you, Green Zebra, for subscribing. It did. I just refreshed it and it went up. Thank you so much. Um, it's okay, Mary Beth. Thank you for being here. Um, as I was saying, I want to be real. I don't want to be fake, and I'm not saying other gaming. Um, Retro Jank. I love your channel. You're real. You don't act different, and I want to be like I've. That's since I've made this channel. Since I started this channel, I just wanted to be me. I didn't want to copy other channels, or I didn't want to follow, what's big with editing. I just wanted to make the videos I like making and be me. If you don't like me, then you don't like me. Don't subscribe. That's fine. If you like me and you enjoy the content, then that's what this channel was about. I didn't really want to copy other channels. I didn't want to do big explosive edits, and um thank you, Mary Beth and Retro Jank. So yeah, I didn't want to do that stuff, and I still don't. I want to just, like if you guys ever watch my vlogs, there are no fancy, obnoxious, loud noises or edits. It's just, when I went to Retro Game Con, it was literally just my friend and I walking around Retro Game Con. When I went to Free Comic Book Day, it was just me walking around Free Comic Book Day buying comics. When I went to buy the PlayStation 5, um, it was just me vlogging, going my experience going to buy the PlayStation 5. That's how I like doing it. I'm not, how do I word this? Thank you, BNS. How do I word this? Would I like to be able to do YouTube full time someday? Yes, that would be amazing. But is that my goal? No, my goal is to just make just the most real content I can. That's it. Just be me. As I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but no fancy edits, no, it's just me. Marvel or DC? Ah, here we go. Um, I'm looking forward. Let me say this. I'm looking forward to the new Superman movie. I really am. I hope it's good. I'm gonna go see it. I hope it's good. Um, well, also on the other hand, I love Wolverine is one of my all-time favorite superheroes. Now, if you were to ask my dad, he's a Superman fan. He's obviously, he says, "Why wouldn't you want to be Superman?" He's one of the strong, not one of, he's probably the strongest superhero ever. He can fly. He has almost every superpower. And my dad's a huge Superman fan. Um, I've always liked Wolverine. I, I I've just always liked Wolverine. Yes, he can get hurt, but he can heal. And okay, and we could talk about the adamantium poisoning and all that. But if I had to choose, Wolverine isn't a superpower. That's a person. Yes, but we're getting into real nerd territory here, and I love that. I've always wanted to do this on my channel. Um, if I didn't have to worry about the adamantium poisoning to take down my healing factor, then I'd want to have the claws and the healing. Retro Jank. As a kid, I grew up with BTA. Yeah, there was a peak animation. Now we hooked on that. Yeah, I remember watching Batman, the animated series, and I remember watching Batman Beyond. Was that on WB Kids? I think Warner Bros. Kids. Am I right? I remember watching WB Kids, and I think WB Kids also had Recess, didn't it? I remember watching Recess as well, and that stuff. I think that was on WB Kids. Batman, you'd want to be Batman? I like Batman, but I like Batman Beyond. I did. Uh, I don't know if there's still a way to watch it. I have Disney Plus. I don't know. I would love to watch that series again. I don't remember any of it. And um, I mean, I'm not afraid to admit I'm almost 30 years old and I still watch, you know, I love just getting in bed and watching, The Lion King or something. I love that old, it brings back memories. Yeah, I really miss Batman Beyond. I really liked that show. Um, and yeah, and as I said, I'm not afraid to admit I sometimes watch old Disney cartoons in bed when I'm in bed. Um, it brings back, I remember watching the old Disney cartoons when I was in the hospital. That's what I watched every night to fall asleep to. I'd fall asleep to The Lion King or Tarzan or um, 101 Dalmatians. They'd roll the TV in on the cart with the VHS player, and um, I'd watch Disney movies in the hospital when I was in the hospital. So that's just always a Marvel villain. Aquaman, yeah, Aquaman's very underrated. I watched Aquaman, and I think it was interesting because, and I understand why, because it was underwater. The whole thing was CGI, which it had to be. Let me adjust myself here. Um, so I watched it. Was it my favorite movie of all time? No, but it wasn't terrible. Sega or Nintendo, PlayStation or Xbox? Oh, that's a hard one because I just like video games in general. Um, I remember when I was saving up for my PS5. It's okay, Mary Beth. When I was saving up for my PS5, my cousin really wanted me to buy an Xbox Series X, and he kept fighting me to buy an Xbox instead of a PS5. And as you guys know, if you follow the channel, I bought a PS5. Um, Sega or Nintendo? I love both. I grew up playing Sega Genesis and Dreamcast at the Ronald McDonald House in Buffalo, and I grew up playing the Nintendo 64 at my house and at the Ronald McDonald House in Pittsburgh. So I think all retro consoles have a special place in my heart. I also played PlayStation 1. Um, and I like retro gaming. Have you seen Rippaverse Comics? No, I've never heard of them. Not engaging in fanboyism and playing both. Yeah, I just like video games, guys. I will go out and buy an Xbox and then save up and buy a PS5. I mean, when I was making my decision, yeah, some great creators made it on me. I'll have to check them out. Um, when I was saving up for the next generation, PS5 and Xbox, my cousin was really, really pushing me to get the Xbox, and I watched videos for both. While I was in the process of saving money, I was watching YouTube videos on the new Xbox and the PS5, and I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I really did my research. I didn't have. Oh, I hate Xbox. I hate Sony. I hate Microsoft. When I grew up, I had a PS1, and then I had the original Xbox. I had a Nintendo 64. I didn't play favorites with the console wars. I just liked video games. Um, and that's how I've always been. Rippaverse. I'll check out Rippaverse, I promise. Um, I will definitely check him out. Actually, I'll check him out right here on air. Here, let's go to YouTube. I'll turn you guys around. Um, right here. It's called Rippaverse. Sorry, guys. Rippaverse, right here. So I have him up, and I will definitely check him out. So I have him up on my computer right here, and I'll definitely check him out. Yeah, I support. Just obviously he's not a small time YouTuber. He has 23K subscribers, way ahead of me. I'm a small time YouTuber, but ever since my beginning, I've never wanted to sell out. I just wanted to make content that I wanted to make. And I've had people tell me, you know, I've had a lot of people try to tell me, well, this is the popular game right now. You should be playing this. But I didn't want to play it. I wasn't interested. I had a friend tell me I should be doing Fortnite streams because that's what's hot. And I've never been interested in Fortnite. I'm not against people that like Fortnite or play Fortnite. That's not my thing. And I've had people say, when Rocket League was huge, I had people tell me, hey, you should check out Rocket League. That's what you should stream. You need to stream Rocket League. And it just wasn't my thing. And I don't follow that. I never have. I play what I like to play. I make videos about what I'm into and what I like, and I hope that people like it. And I'm not into Oblivion at all. I'm not into Elder Scrolls or whatever that game called, Elder Scrolls. I make content I enjoy making, and I just hope that people enjoy it and view it. That's all I've ever done since the beginning of the channel. Yeah, exactly. I love Jake's channel. I mean, I watch his videos all the time, and his streams, and if I'm up in time, uh, and it's just I play what I like to play, and that's it. That's I don't follow the 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 what's popular. I don't. Retro Drink, you see me on your Assassin's Creed videos when I'm when I'm up late enough to watch them. I chat with you when you're playing Assassin's Creed. I watch your stuff, and I'm subscribed to you. That's how I know you're live. Is I'm subscribed. Uh, sorry, Romeo. Sorry, Romeo. Um, but I'm a small YouTuber, as you guys know. I just learned last night that I have some old game for Facebook called Zombie Ninja Pro. That's why I'm interested. Huh. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, this is Romeo. Hi, Romeo. Hey, bud. And Juliet just went somewhere. She went out in the kitchen. Let me see if I can. Juliet. No, Romeo's getting jealous. Hi, Romeo. Juliet. She's out in the kitchen doing something. And here's Romeo. We have a lot of cats, too. I can show you. There's Toby. You guys have seen Toby before. He's sleeping. And another thing, I try to do is, I'm not afraid to admit that my videos are monetized. But that's not why I make videos. When I got offered to join that, obviously I hopped on it. But I'm not making any money. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm not making anything, even though I am monetized. And I loved watching you play Assassin's Creed. That's one of my favorite games. I love watching you play Assassin's Creed. And I'm open. I'm not afraid to admit I'm monetized, but that's not why I do it. I've been doing Transplant Gamer for years without being monetized. And I still do it just because I like to do it. It has nothing to do with the monetization. I still haven't even got my first check. I don't make that much here on YouTube, being a small channel. I don't make anything. As I said, I haven't even had my first check, my first payment, because it still hasn't passed the threshold. And that's not, as I said, I like to be open with you guys. That's not why I do it. I do it because I enjoy making YouTube videos and live streaming and making content. But when it became available to me, I wasn't going to say no. But yeah, as a small YouTuber, I haven't gotten that first pay threshold. But I started playing when we still had dial-up modems. I remember. Do you guys ever play those preschool computer games? You ever play that? I remember playing those. I think that was like my first. It was. I can't think of what it was called though. But it was like they were like learning games or something like that. And I can't. One, you played as a dog. I remember, and you collected bones. And then I remember like Pajama Sam, Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. We had those games on my computer. Mary Beth, yep. Did anyone recognize that? Anyone Pajama Sam or Putt Putt? Did you guys ever play any of those? I remember playing that on my computer as a kid. And I remember having to get off the computer so that my mom could use the phone. You know, Nickelodeon.com. I remember going on Nickelodeon.com as a kid, and you had to, because of dial-up, you had to, hey, I got to use the phone, so you had to get off the computer. Or other way around, hey, I have to use the internet, so you had to get off the phone. I remember that. NES. I like NES. I do like NES, but I like Super Nintendo better. I do love Super Nintendo. Come on, Juliet. Come on up. Come on, baby. You can do it. Jump up here. Come on. Come on, Juliet. What are you doing? Juliet's just walking around. Hey, Jay Lee, 1995. How you doing? Oh, now she's up here. Come on, Juliet. Here she comes. Hi, Jules. Hi, Juliet. You're 9? Yeah, we never had a time limit on our gaming, really. The only rule I remember was, when you die, it's your friend's turn. I remember that. How you doing, Jay Lee? I remember, when you die, it's your brother or your friend's turn. And it would always be like, oh, I didn't die. It's still my turn, because maybe your parents weren't in the room when you died. Or if you had a friend over and they had to go to the bathroom or something and you died, but you wouldn't tell them you died, so when they came back, you'd still play. I remember those days. I bet you guys remember those days too. Yeah, I didn't. The first rated M game I ever played, I think, was Grand Theft Auto 3. I think. And obviously in the hospital, when you're in, pediatrics, ICU and stuff, they didn't have rated M games. Um, in the hospital is how I learned about Tigger's Honey Hunt on the Nintendo 64. They had Tigger's Honey Hunt there. Or share screens for fair split screen. Oh man, I remember you're bringing up screen. I remember um I was at my uncle's house in California once. This was when Halo, it was either 1 or 2, it might have been 1, and it was hugely popular. And in his neighborhood, they would have game nights where everyone would get on their Xboxes and they would play Halo. And I was a screen peeker. I admit it. And I was a little kid then too when Halo came out. Um, and people couldn't figure out, how is he killing everybody? How is he fighting? And then they finally caught on after a few days of us going over to do Halo every night. I was screen peeking. I was destroying everybody. Yeah, I have Tigger's Honey Hunt in my Nintendo 64 collection upstairs. It's up there right now with my cartridges. Yeah, man, I remember. Man, I'm not afraid to admit it because they were good memories too. I was a screen peeker when we were playing Halo, and and people would get, my uncle would get so mad. He would get so mad. It took him a long time before he figured out how I was doing so good. Like, how is he always killing me? And uh, those were good times. Now my uncle's into VR. He's into virtual reality. He plays the Oculus and stuff. He's into that stuff. I remember I remember being in the hospital, and part of my recovery after my surgery was I had to learn how to do everything again on my own. I had to learn how to go to the bathroom on my own. I had to learn how to talk all over again, how to walk, how to use my hands, hand-eye coordination, how to eat. I had a trach, as you can see that. I had a trach and a feeding tube and all that. And part of my hand-eye coordination therapy was video games. And we would sit down and they'd prop my arms up on pillows because I had no muscle. I couldn't even lift my arms. So they would prop my arms up on these pillows, and I had to use my fingers, obviously, to, play the video games. And that was part of my therapy. Oh, everyone screen peeked. Everybody screen peeked. Everyone. Everyone claimed they didn't. Yes, I am. And then, how many years ago now? I had neck surgery, and I had to wear a neck brace, and they took 2 discs out of my spine, and I have 2 rods, 2 metal rods in and a plate. That's actually the scar right there. One of my many scars right there from where they went into my neck, and then I have a scar going down the back of my neck. This scar is from ECMO. I was on ECMO as a kid. That's my heart transplant, where they cut me open for my heart transplant. I have scars on my wrists from, having needles and tubes and stuff. There it is. I don't know if you can see. It's very dull sky. I think, it's 20-something years old. But the scar is, I think, about right there from a tube. thank you. I mean, I hope it did. There's still some things that you think after having surgery as many times as someone like me has had that you're not scared of anesthesia anymore. But I hate being put under. I hate being put to sleep for surgery. And that's one of my biggest. I hate anesthesia. I hate feeding tubes, the tubes that go down your nose, and I hate feeding tubes. Anything that goes down your throat or down your nose, I can't. Like a feeding tube, or if they scope you with a camera and it goes down, and they scope you, um, just because of history I've had feeding tubes and stuff. And now anything that has to do with going up my nose or down my throat, I can't do it. Um, so that's um, yeah. So a lot of transplant gamer, I named it that. Actually, my cousin came up with it. I'm not going to take the credit. My cousin came up with that, or did my brother? Either my brother or my cousin came up with the channel name. I'm on, I'm on immunosuppressants as well, Mary Beth. I'm sorry about your MS. Uh, yeah, I've had things done where you think you would be put out, but I was awake. Um, I remember when I had my neck surgery. Sorry, guys. When I had my neck surgery, I don't know if I can show. Not, I don't know if I can show it as inappropriate, but I don't know if I'll be able to get the camera back there. But but if I can show you, I don't know. Let me know. You probably won't be able to see it. I'm gonna try. Um, I have a scar right here down the back of my neck. I don't know if you can see that. Um, but and then this scar here. That's when I had my neck surgery, and I remember when I woke up um, from the neck surgery, I was in a neck brace. I wish I could show pictures on here. I don't think I can. Um, maybe I can. Oh, I can. Hold on. I might be able to show you the picture. Let's see, I'm going to get ready for another Assassin's Creed Brotherhood here soon. All right, Retro Jank, thank you for joining. It means a lot that you joined the stream. So I could, if you're comfortable, I found out how I can show you pictures of my neck surgery. They aren't graphic. Let me see. So let me see if I can get this to work. Hold on, let me see. All right, so right there is literally right after my neck surgery. So I had to wear that neck brace for weeks. And that right there, that tape right there is this scar where they went in and put a metal plate. And then hold on. And then right there, that red tube, that long, really thick red tube going up there, that's the drainage tube in the back of my neck that they had to pull out. So I remember when they pulled out that drainage tube, that I was fully awake for that, and that hurt really bad when they pulled that drainage tube out. There's Woody Woodpecker. He goes with me to all my surgeries. He's up in my bed right now. He's been with me to every single surgery I've ever had Woody Woodpecker. Um, and that's when I had the neck surgery. Uh, that thing sucked. That collar really sucked. I had that on for a long time. I had to sleep sitting up for weeks. I had to sleep sitting up. Yeah, Woody Woodpecker, you could probably see him in my streams. He's in my bed right now. I got him at my Make-A-Wish when my Make-A-Wish was in 2001. I was born in 90, so I was 6 years old when I got him, when I had my Make-A-Wish. I was 6 years old. Um, and then I have another picture from when I was a baby if you want to see. Um, I think I do. Hold on. Here is me at home after the surgery. Uh, that's the next brace I had to wear. I forgot I had a drainage tube in my chest too. So they had to pull a drainage tube out of my neck, and then I had one in my chest. That was where a drainage tube was as well. And then I had to wear this horrible, horrible, horrible contraption for a long time. That sucked wearing. I couldn't take that off. I had to sleep with it. My mom had to help me wash my hair. I had that on for that sucked real bad wearing that. Uh, yeah, that really sucked getting that taken out. And then the tube in the back of my neck, that really hurt. The drainage tube in the back of my neck really hurt when they took that out. So that's that. And then I think I have a picture of when I was a baby. Hold on. Let me see. I think I have baby Evan pictures. Let me see. I didn't know I could do this. This is actually pretty cool being able to do these backgrounds and stuff. I'm looking for baby Evan picture. Oh, that's where I cracked my head open. I don't know if you guys want to see a picture of when I got my head stapled. I had a seizure and cracked my head open, and I got it stapled. And for some reason, a picture was taken of the staples in my head. Maybe I don't have a baby Evan pic. I thought I had a baby Evan picture. Maybe I don't. Hold on. I'm still here, guys. I'm just making. I swore I had a baby Evan picture. Maybe I don't. Oh, there's the X-rays of my neck, of the metal I have in my neck. Oh, here it is. There's me. A girl I used to work with had a tube in the back of her neck to control the pressure in her brain. She had spina bifida. There's little Evan with the feeding tube, and then I was knocked out. Can I see my IV? Yeah, there's my IV right there. There's my Winnie the Pooh. That's a Winnie. I remember that pillow. That's a Winnie the Pooh pillow. I'm pretty sure that's a Winnie the Pooh pillow. I think I remember that. There's Mickey Mouse. Let me see. Can I get that to show? There's Mickey Mouse right there. That's baby Evan. Yep, I was born in 95. There's baby Evan right there. Ah. Yeah. How do I take this off now? Is that gonna be stuck there the rest of the stream? Oh no, here. There we go. That was baby Evan you saw right there with this Mickey Mouse toy in a medically induced coma. You're not old. That's what my mom says to me. Bat got the best power. Like Batman? That was weird. I wasn't planning on showing pictures of me as a baby, but it gave us something to talk about. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Let me check, see if I have any texts or anything. Nope, nothing. Who's blocked? Who should I block, Mary Beth? I'm looking through the chat. Nice. Hey Muckman, how are you? What are you thinking of getting for dinner? What did I just make? I just ate before I went live and I already forgot what I made. I'm watching Pokemon right now on YouTube. Nice. I remember watching Pokemon as a kid. I guess it would have been the first series of Pokemon I watched. I think it would have been the first airing, right? That's what I had. I had mac and cheese. That's what I just ate. I made homemade mac and cheese. Well, it wasn't homemade. I added stuff to it. That's what I had. I had mac and cheese. They're autistic. I've always wanted to work with special needs children, but it's never. I did it for a school year, not a year, but a school year. I did do it, but it was special need high schoolers, not children. And I really enjoyed it. And then I worked at I didn't work. I volunteered at the ARC summer camp, and I did the teen/adult week. They have 2 weeks. They have a week for children and a week for teens and adults. And I worked as I volunteered, I didn't work. I volunteered and I did the week of the adults and teenagers, and I loved it. I had a lot. It's a lot of work and it's tiring, but it was really fun. No, I enjoy working. I wish I could do it as a career, but college is just, with my disability, high school was hard for me. I passed because I passed my GED somehow with flying colors. and high school was so hard for me. I know college would just be uh, hell. College, I don't know if I could handle college because I struggled so much with high school. Um, but I've always wanted to work with special needs, um, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I like mac and cheese. You know, what I just learned. You know, what I just found out. I know this is so random, but it just popped into my head. Boston markets are going out of business. I loved Boston Market. I never had any in my area. When I used to go to biopsy in Pittsburgh once a year, they had Boston Markets in Pittsburgh. I didn't like any of school. I didn't, all the way from elementary to, I didn't like school. No, it's okay. Yeah, we were talking. I understood Green Zebra, what you were typing. I understood that that was probably from earlier in the stream. I understood what you were typing. It's okay. And sadly, I can't work at that summer camp anymore that I told you about because I'm not trained. Um, the person that was able to get me in there to volunteer doesn't work with that company anymore. Um, so I can't do that camp anymore to work with the special needs teens and adults. I can't do it anymore, which really sucks. All right, Mary Beth, I'll talk to you later. It was nice for you to join and come chat. Every person that comes to chat and watch and interact means a lot. Uh, Being a small YouTuber, all of you mean a lot. For just giving me your time to come watch the stream, it means a lot. All right, Green Zebra, talk to you later. If everyone's leaving, I'm most likely just gonna head off as well. If uh, if everyone goes, I'll probably stream tonight on the PlayStation. We'll see how my back's feeling. Let's see if I got any texts. Oh, text. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. It means a lot, everyone who joined. And if there's no one left, which I don't want to disappear on someone if there's someone still here, but it's telling me there's no one left. So I want to thank everyone who joined and chatted. If you're a new subscriber, if you subscribed from this stream, thank you. It means a lot. And I'll talk to everybody later. I think this was a successful stream. It was great. So I'll see you guys later. This is Evan from Transplant Gamer signing off. Bye. Someone just joined. I was about to log off, but it says someone joined. I'm not sure. I'll wait, see if someone types, and then, how you doing? If that's a viewer, it says someone just joined. I don't want to ditch them. I'd feel bad to log off right when they join. All right, well, all right, they left. All right, again, thanks everyone who joined and chatted and liked and subscribed. Everyone, it meant a lot to me. I think this was a good stream, an hour long. So I might stream tonight. We'll see. And thank you all for watching. Everyone who liked, everyone who subscribed and commented and chatted. It means a lot. This is Evan from Transplant Gamer signing off. All right. Bye.